entry point. Let's go to Kansas and speak with Tim. Tim, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm very good, Steve.
Nice to hear your voice.
Wondering if you can give me any good news about DowDuPont, DWDP.
Yeah, is it? You're in it? You looking to get in it?
Well, I used to work for them. I worked for them for 30 years, so I've got stock that dates back probably 30 years. So
got it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a little.
Well, so you want the good news? Oh boy! All right, so let's see. Hey, I'm gonna call it like I see it out here. It looks like it's gonna. Okay, I'll give you the good news. And you're a longtime listener of TFNN, and I know you admire and appreciate the work that Basil Chapman does, as do I. And if Ken, if we take a look at the high out here from the trading session of August 29th, and we start doing our wave count to the downside, it's currently in wave number G, or wave number 7 out there. So that always has potential for an eventual turnaround. But that wave can continue to extend. It's been in wave number 7 or G for the last 2, 4, 5 trading sessions out there. But if you're looking for good news, that is probably all the good news that I can find on this equity. And what I mean by that is if I take a look at just logical levels of support, and that would be daily, weekly, or monthly profiles, it's trading below all of those levels out here.
Yeah, it's had a tough month.
Yeah, so what we have to do then is kind of look for, we have to look for some type of sign of strength out here. And the sign of strength, in essence, that we have is up at the high volume bar on December 7th, 2015. There was 135 million shares on a weekly basis. You're only at 41 there, but it's really not, it's a swing point to the upside, which is kind of unusual. Usually we're looking for some type of volume bar to the downside to identify support out here. Let me switch over to the monthly, just see what sticks out, if anything sticks out on a monthly basis. And on a monthly basis, what I would note would be more like the candle session of August in 2015. So not too bad. So this thing is likely, if the 7th wave move doesn't slow its momentum to the downside, then that means you'd have to see a higher low tomorrow or the next day in order to finish that wave number 7. If that doesn't stop it, then this is likely headed to 47.58, maybe even 46.81. You know, it's in a monthly A to B equals CD to the downside, and it's already confirmed, and the month is not over. And so I can give you price projections there, and the price projections here, it's already done the 1-to-1. It's on its way to the 1.272, which is 51.82, and the 1.618 is 46.35. Now, the good news is when it's completed its move lower, what it's going to do, it is very likely going to form a Gartley buy pattern and probably do so on a monthly basis. So this is nothing more than just a normal retracement off of those lows in 2015, had that nice run up into the January of 2018, and now it's just in an A to B equals CD formation to the downside. It's just I don't see where that is going to take place just yet. Does that help you as far as what I'm seeing?
Well, and they're going to split it up into 3 companies sometime next year.
Okay.
So I don't know what that's going to do to it.
Well, you're going to get three times the amount of stock.
Yeah.
You're going to get you're going to have 3 companies.
I spoke to you about a month ago about Ford, and you told me to wait.
Did I have anything good to say about Ford?
What are you looking at that to do now?
Yeah. So let's take a look at Ford Motor Corporation out here. And as we take a look at its daily, weekly, and monthly, it too has kind of got the uglies. Are you in this equity as well, or looking?
No, I never have owned it.
Yeah, but you have owned a bunch of Fords. In fact, you owned a Model A, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
you got a good memory.
Yeah, I remember that. So in the case of Ford, in trying to find a bottom on a daily, right now it's just consolidating. It was a brand new profile that formed out here. And if Ford was going to make some type of move higher, what it would need to do, Ken, is close above 887. We haven't seen Ford close above the top of a box out here for about a month now. September 24th, so exactly a month, was the last time we saw a closing above that level. So 887 would be a key area on a daily basis to at least have some type of counter trend move. Now, this thing has made just a series of A to B equals CD patterns to the downside. Let's look at the longer term for you, the monthly chart out here. Let's just see what this thing is going back against. And this thing being Ford, this is really bad. Bad from the standpoint that July of 2012, the low there was 883. And in a handful of months earlier, in October of 2011, the low was 905. And right now for this month, if we close below those lows out here, there's no support until you get back to the 2009 levels. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, that's the dollar. I remember sitting in a bar in California, and there was a guy, we were just talking about the markets, and it was in the March 2009 time frame, and he loaded up on Ford at the Buck area out there. And, you know, and I wasn't smart enough to do what he did, because when that moved up to 18, I was like, that's a heck of a trade. I'm sure that guy is out of it now, but hey, maybe you and I were going to have that opportunity again. Hard to believe, but if this thing closes the month below 883, there's not a lot of support in this equity until you get back down into the 2009 time frame.
Okay.
Bill Ford's not doing a very good job with the stock. I think he needs to bring back Mark Fields, and I'm going to tell him that when I see him on Friday. Hey, Ken, nice to speak to you. Nice to speak to you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Thanks, Steve.
We'll be right back.